So you show up for your first week of lecture on the first week of class. When you come to class, you notice, especially if you're attending large lectures, the professor probably doesn't take attendance. This is because it's up to you as to whether you come to class or not. You've paid your tuition and now you, and only you, make the decision as to how you're going to spend your hard-earned dollars. If you come to class, you'll get the chance to participate and ask questions about anything you don't understand. That's the purpose of the lecture, to go over material and clarify any concepts you're not clear about. When I teach a large lecture, if no hands go up, I have to accept that all 250 students in the room understand absolutely everything that I've said. If that's not the case, why wouldn't you put up your hand and ask for clarification? So do it. Ask questions, challenge assumptions, and clarify things that you don't understand. Wait, what? You mean the professor doesn't give you the highlights in a handout? Nope. Most professors won't do that, although some will give you their PowerPoint slides ahead of the class, or perhaps during the class, or after the class on your course shell. Those handouts won't boil down the most important points of the lecture. That work is up to you, which is something we'll come to a little bit later on in the video series. Unlike in high school, where you are perhaps handed the information that would be on the test, you won't find that happening in university. You are expected to take in all the lecture information, extract the important information from those lectures, and write down clear notes. How do you do that? It starts by coming to the lecture and paying attention. To do that successfully, it's really difficult to be on your laptop looking at anything else other than your note-taking. So, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, your cell phone, all that stuff will be distracting, and I guarantee it will distract you from note-taking. This is probably a new idea for you, as you're likely online or texting your friends during high school classes because, hey, the study guide will be handed to you by your teacher, right? It's easy to slack off in high school. Not so much in university. As an aside, keep in mind that because there are so many of you sitting side by side in the lecture hall, anything that's on your laptop screen that's distracting can also be seen by your neighbors, particularly the people behind you. So you may be disturbing them as well, and wasting their tuition money because they'd rather be trying to pay attention to the class. Just keep that in mind and try to be conscious of your neighbors. If you decide to skip class, getting notes from a friend might work, but what if your friend is lousy at taking notes? Then you'll end up with incomplete, or even worse, inaccurate information, which means you will study the wrong stuff when it comes time to the midterm. Do you want to study the wrong information for the midterm? Or bad information? Then come to the lectures, take notes, and ask questions. That said, the best professors will do a few things to help you out. If you hear the words, "This is really important, take note of what I'm going to say next," or "See how I've highlighted the information on this slide," or the ubiquitous, "Does anybody have any questions about what I've said so far?" Those are your cues. Take notes of the highlights that they mention, and if you're not clear on something, either raise your hand, or when the professor asks if there are any questions, ask them. After doing everything I've just said, you may find yourself epically failing on the first midterm. That is the time to figure out what's wrong. Do not, and I repeat, do not leave this problem until the end of the semester, in the hope that the problem will go away or that you'll magically get better at this somehow. All professors have office hours. Email them and ask to set up a meeting. The good ones will help you with study methods and ways of helping you achieve success in university. Remember, we're not here to destroy your self-esteem, but to help you succeed. So set up that meeting and see if you can figure out what's going wrong. Oh, on that note, if you leave your problems until the end of the semester, often there's not a whole lot that the professor can do at that point to help you out. You see, university is all about being proactive, not reactive. Proactive means you see a problem at the start and deal with it right away. Reactive is probably more what you're used to. You failed the course and now throw yourselves upon the mercy of the professor to see if there's anything you can do to fix it. University doesn't work like that, and the reason why will be revealed in the next video about rethinking grades.